it's Mia and welcome to a new reading week. This is a really exciting week for me because I think I'm actually gonna end up reading one like full book and then starting and maybe finishing another one. I don't know. I'm just really excited because I've already started reading for this week yesterday, which you'll have seen already. Whatever. However, reading vlogception is going to work. And I only read yesterday and I'm already like 200 pages in to my current read and I'm loving it. I think it's gonna fly by, which is good. I was a little worried because I'm reading this in the hopes that when the next book in the series comes out, I can read it right then and there. And that book is A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J Maas. I talked about this a little bit briefly in last week's reading vlog. Basically, I was feeling like okay about this series, to be completely honest. I'd given the first two books, A Court of Thorns and Roses and A Court of Mist and Fury, there we go, 4 out of 5 stars. I was really liking them, but I also found something very lackluster and something missing in the storyline, and so far this sure is making up for that. Let's see, I am on page 213 and holy bananas, it hasn't stopped yet. I love that this book started off boom boom boom, and then after the boom 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 we went straight into political and court intrigue, which is one of my favorite things. I love that. For whatever reason, that is like where I just love to read, when it's got like all the scheming and the behind the scenes of like court life and political intrigue and everything. That is where I'm happiest, especially in fantasies, because you're building a whole world, and when you do that political like scheming and intrigue, you're really delving in to that world and what it is in that world. So far this is more than making up for anything that was kind of lackluster about the first two. I'm hoping it continues. My friend did say that this is like the best out of the 3 that are out so far, so like I said, I'm hoping that it continues. I think I'm gonna have a really good reading week. I've got a decent amount of downtime in the mornings and the evenings, so the majority of my work is done this week during the day. There's not a lot of, you know, outside stuff going on, to put it that way, until we get to the end of the week. Well, I've got some filming to do this week. I've got some blog posts to schedule and get together. I've got the Cozy Bookshop Reads discussion for The Shadow of the Wind, which I finished last week, is this week. It's just kind of a boom 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 on top of, you know, my family, my kids, my husband, my house, my dog, my actual job, you know, all these other things. So I have high hopes for my reading this week. I think that I'm gonna finish. I think A Court of Wings and Ruin is gonna be super easy to power through and finish in just a couple days. I have no idea what I'm gonna pick up after that because I wanna be able to read the next book right when it lands on my doorstep, May 1st. So I don't know if I'm gonna I'll pick up something, I just don't know what it will be. Without further ado, I will update you guys in the morning. I've got to go get last week's reading vlog edited and I need to care for my kids because, hi guys. All right, so it is Wednesday. It's like 7:30 at night. And normally I try to update you guys in the morning or early afternoon, and it just didn't happen. But I'm updating you guys, and I didn't update you yesterday, and I recognize that, and I'm sorry. But this week has been honestly insanity. It's only Wednesday, which I'm gonna look at as the week is halfway over. We are halfway to the weekend, so we're gonna go with that. I am still reading A Court of Wings and Ruin. I will say, like, I am flying through this. I'm flying through this a lot more than I flew through A Court of Thorns and Roses or A Court of Mist and Fury. Like, I am just page 343. Goodreads says it's about 49% of the way through. I think it's going to kind of fly by a lot faster now. And I am just loving it. Like I said, the first the first 2 books, I felt like something was missing. There was something a little like lackluster about it. I gave them both 4 out of 5 stars. I don't know how many times I can say that, like, without it being like super obnoxious. Anyway, I did enjoy the first 2 books, but like, there's something missing. This one is definitely making up for what was missing in the first 2 books. We started out boom, boom, boom. Now we're like knee deep in political intrigue and what they're gonna do and the politics of everything. And that is what I want. And yeah, I think we're about to hit some action sequences because stuff's getting real up in there. Once again, similar to last week, all I want to do is read this book. Like, I literally, if I could just devote 12 hours, I don't even need 24, I need like 12 hours straight, nothing else to do but read this book, I would easily finish it. I'd probably easily finish it in like a 3 to 4 hour time period, actually, to be realistic here. I could probably finish it in a 3 to 4 hour period if I didn't have a thing called life that I have to do every day. So I honestly think I'll be finishing it up here in the next couple days, and I don't know what I'm gonna pick up next. I have my stack of to be read books, and I'm not gonna talk about them right now because A, I talked about them last week, B, I have a whole TBR video coming at you. It'll be this week, the week that you are watching this reading vlog. Stay tuned on Thursday because TBR pal coming to ya. But yeah, I don't really know what I'm gonna want to pick up next. I feel like I'm gonna need, I don't know, I'm like so torn as to what I want to pick up next. So that's where I'm at right now, and I will update you guys tomorrow sometime, hopefully in the morning, because I'm trying to get back to doing them in the morning because that is the best time. Hi guys, welcome to Friday. It's like midday right now. I didn't update you guys yesterday, I'm sorry. This week has honestly been so just stressful and busy and chaotic, and there's just been so much going on, and I just honestly, like, if I can get through my day and get a couple minutes at the end of the night to read, I take it. But I wanted to give you guys an update now. You're gonna see and hear my kids all over in the background. Hopefully, unlike the other night, they let me do this. I am on, this is gonna be a funny update, I'm on page 463. I will be finishing this weekend, not tonight, probably tomorrow. But last night, so you know, you always you always see the little like quote things going around that say like just one more page or just one more chapter, and it's like, I said it to me as like 10 o'clock. And that was me last night. I literally was like laying in bed and I was like, one more chapter, just one more chapter, one more chapter. And I was finally like, I finally had to tell myself to shut the book because I had to get up really early this morning. My day started super early. But that is what reading this book, that's what this is doing to me. Like, I'm literally like, just one more page, just one more chapter, just one more, I gotta get just one more. I am loving it. I may or may not already know how it ends because I may or may not have had it spoiled. But that's, I mean, it is what it is. So that is where I'm at right now. I'm not gonna have time really to do any reading today, which is kind of a huge bummer. Because I really want to, like, I'd like to just sit. I'm gonna try a little bit this afternoon. If I can get some reading done, I'm gonna try, but we've got a formal event to go to tonight, and it's just gonna be a late night, and I think I'm just gonna crash when we get home. So yeah, my goal was to finish this right as I was getting A Court of Frost and Starlight, and that is, something just clicked in my head. Curious now as to how anyway, moving on. So my goal was to finish this like the day before, so then the next day I would just start A Court of Frost and Starlight and it'd be good, and that's not gonna happen. So I need to pick like some short, quick, easy read to carry me through like 4 days, and I just don't know what that's gonna be. I don't really have any of those. I think what I might do, Okay, so I picked out my TBR, which y'all will be seeing. Well, you'll probably have seen it with this last week's reading vlog, but my TBR video is going up this week. I have one book on my TBR that I'm calling my last chance book, so I might pick that up and see if maybe I can get through and read that one, or like get through and DNF that one and get rid of it, or whatever the case may be with that book. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I might pick that one up and just be done with it one way. Whether I read it and love it or read it and hate it and don't even finish it, like just be done with it one way or the other. I think that might be what I do. That's where I'm at right now. This is the only time I'm gonna update you guys today. I'm sorry that so far this week's been a little off. I'm gonna try to make it up this weekend though. I will update you guys sometime tomorrow when I sit down to do some reading. So I don't know if I've ever actually shown you guys my little reading where I read typically and where my setup is. I read in two spots. This is one of them. The other one's my bed. I'm not going to show you guys that. I'm sure you understand. But, so this is how the setup works. Obviously, I sit there. I usually will have a notebook and my cup of tea on the top and whatever book I'm currently reading. I just updated you guys from somewhere else in the house though, so it's there. And then I'll have like a notebook and a pen to do any notes that I want to take during my reading. And then on this second shelf, which I have to rethink this because now my youngest son can now reach this. On my second shelf, I have whatever my current kind of stack of books is. I typically put on my second shelf just so that if I finish a book, you know, it's just all right here, because I'm determined to have a book in every single room of this house. So far I'm working. So far it's actually, there's only one room in this house that there isn't a book aside from bathrooms. So anyway, this makes it really easy for me to just reach if I finished a book, or if I'm struggling with a book. It's all just, anyway, it's quick reach for what I want to do. So yeah, I just figured I would share that with you. And now, meet my dog. And now I need to go check on why my children are giggling. Hi guys. Okay. So I didn't really update you guys much yesterday at all, actually. I think I took footage of my reading, but I didn't really do any like updates or anything, so I'm sorry about that. Honestly, we just we had a day of like nothing. Like we just took it easy. We spent time together as a family and we didn't really do anything. I read, but otherwise I think you guys are crooked. I think you're lopsided. If you are, I'm sorry. But we really just took a little time out to just take it easy, not have to do much of anything, not have to talk much even. And that was just so nice to have. We had a formal event to go to on Friday night, so we were exhausted yesterday, and I'm still kind of making up for it today, and then reading till almost midnight last night didn't really help anything. So anyway, that's why I didn't talk to you guys. I didn't even really film all that much. I didn't realize how much I needed that like just quiet, like no nothingness until we got to yesterday and we had that day, and I feel so much better now today because of it. So let's chat about reading now that you've got my little like personal update out of the way. Last night I finished A Court of Wings and Ruins by Sarah J. Maas, and I'm torn. I liked this book better. Like I'm still giving it a 4 out of 5 stars. So the whole series so far is 4 out of 5 stars because I really did enjoy it. I don't know which one I like better. I don't know if I like the second one or the third one better, to be completely honest. I think I liked the first I mean, they're very different. They're two very, very different. Like, what I like about them is very, very different. I liked the character development in the second book, and I like the political and world development in the third book. So it's kind of a toss-up as to which one I like better. I will say there are two very, very specific instances that I did not like in A Court of Wings and Ruin. Just two. One was just a line that I felt like was a little too close to like a plagiarism of another book of my all-time favorite series. And if you've read A Court of Wings and Roses, you might know what I'm referring to. If you haven't, just know it was just a little too close to that other very famous quote from my all-time favorite. So there was that, and there was another instance where I'm not alone in thinking this, but she developed a character and just handled it really, really piss poorly. And I felt like, honestly, for me, I felt like it didn't even need to really be touched on. Like, I knew it was coming, but I felt like, I don't know, it just came off fake to me. It didn't come off as a real, like, situation. I can't really say anything. I'm trying not to spoil anybody on it if you haven't read it, because I know that there are some people who have not read this book. So I still really, really liked it, and I still really love the series. And that is something that I have to say that I really enjoyed in this trilogy so far, is the character development for our main character was spot on. Like, Sarah J Maas did a really, really good job with that. So I look forward to seeing what she will do for the rest of them. There's a whole lot of like chitter chatter about where everything is going and what her subsequent books will be. The next one that comes out on Tuesday is supposed to be like, it's post this book, and it follows four different perspectives. I don't know, I'm really looking forward to it, to be completely honest, because I do really like the world. I like the characters. I feel like this like kind of redeemed Sarah J Maas for me, to be completely honest. I still am not like, it's not like groundbreaking, incredible, like the most amazing work of fiction I've ever read. Like, it's not, and it's not going to be, but I feel like I was able to enjoy A Court of Thorns and Roses, A Court of Mist and Fury, and A Court of Wings and Ruin much, much more. And I felt like it was much better than the Throne of Glass catastrophe that I did not like whatsoever. So I felt like this one was better. So yeah, I still, like, she's not like it's not going on like any all-time favorites or anything like that, but they aren't bad books, to say the least. Like, they're not the worst thing I've ever read, and they're nice, like escape, like easy to read books that still have a bit of substance in there. Not a lot, but a bit of substance. So next, I'm actually gonna wrap this reading vlog up right now. I haven't started reading it today, but I'm gonna wrap it up now and talk you guys through my next bit here in a minute. Going this afternoon, I'm going to pick up Splintered by A.G. Howard. This is my like last chance read. Watch this week's Thursday video. I talk about this in my TBR video that's going up this week. I have a couple books on my shelf that have just been on my shelf for forever and I haven't reached for, so I'm trying to go through and just add them to each time I pick out a stack of books to read, and add them to that stack. And if I don't get to them, or if I start and don't finish, or you know, whatever the case may be, it's kind of like their last chance to be read, for me to read them. Not their last chance to be read ever, but for me to read them and enjoy them, it's their last chance. So this time around, it's Splintered by A.G. Howard. I have no clue. This is supposed to follow the great granddaughter of Alice from Alice in Wonderland, and we'll see. we'll see. We'll just have to wait and see. I really like Alice in Wonderland. I'm not typically a fan of retellings of Alice in Wonderland. I'm a big fan of just the classic. So yeah, we'll see how I get on with this one. But yeah, thank you so much, you guys, for watching my reading vlog, and stay tuned. Watch next week, and I'll talk to you guys later.